SATRYN DX is a psychedelic and chaotic twin-stick shooter that takes its inspiration clearly from Robotron 2084. But in the process of doing so, it not only modernizes the gameplay, but also stays incredibly faithful to the source material. It has a dozen different types of enemies, there's power-ups with limited ammunition you can collect, there's hazards, you can post scores to leaderboards, and it has an infinite level structure that'll keep you going until you eventually get a game over. This is an arcade-style experience that will keep you on your toes and absolutely demands a high level of player skill more and more as you progress. For those of you that are familiar with Robotron 2084, you'll no doubt feel immediately right at home with the way this plays. But as you progress, you'll see that SATRYN DX has a lot more going on in the gameplay than Robotron 2084 ever did. It will require you to move around the screen at a fast pace, eliminating enemies, trying to collect your friends. You'll rack up a high score. It's a tried and true gameplay loop, and it's a lot of fun here. But what might be a little bit disappointing for some is that the difficulty is quite high, and there is technically no ending since this is like an arcade game. As you progress though, there is a manual that you will unlock pages in to provide you with some additional information the further you get into the game. There's really not a lot to say about it because the gameplay really speaks for itself. But what I can tell you is that the time I spent playing SATRYN DX was a lot of fun. It's really colorful, and it has some satisfying sound effects. The enemy variety gets more and more complex as you go. There's some mini bosses, or maybe they're bosses. It's really hard to say because of the simplicity of the overall package, but it's really enjoyable to fight all the different enemy types, try to beat your high score, post them to the leaderboards if you want. And I say if you want because this part of it is a little weird. You actually need to use your phone and scan a QR code in order to post to the leaderboards, so they're not like integrated into the game. So I'm not entirely sure why they went this route, but I digress. The option's there if you care about leaderboards. You could always ignore it if you don't. It's a lot of fun to tinker with the different weapons and try to figure out the best solution, how to maneuver each screen as you see waves and waves of enemies coming in, save all your friends, earn 1-ups, rack up a high score. This is the type of game that is catered towards fans of arcade-style experiences. This isn't a linear game that you play a story mode of and then maybe there's a challenge mode. This is just simply put an arcade-style experience. So if you enjoy arcade-style games, you'll definitely enjoy this one, especially if you were a fan of Robotron 2084 or just twin-stick shooters in general. And since I think the gameplay speaks better than my words for this one, I'm just going to let some unedited gameplay roll for about 10 minutes or so you can get a good grasp of what it really has to offer. I truly believe that the gameplay will speak louder than my words, but I highly recommend this one. I had a lot of fun with it. So a special thanks to Flynn's Arcade for the review copy so that I could play this one. This is a game I see myself coming back to, especially after the game releases when there's going to be enough players on the leaderboard to have some healthy competition and not just the people like myself that had early access to it. So if this looked interesting to you, feel free to watch this video to the end to see some more gameplay. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, all the YouTube stuff. If there's anything that I didn't quite touch on that maybe you're interested on, feel free to ask in the comments below and I'll be sure to get back to you. I appreciate you watching this video, and I hope to see you on my next video, but until then, have a good one.